Alright, what is up, guys? It is me, back with another video. I was gone for a little bit. I was gone for about, I want to say, about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Really nothing too interesting has happened. I've just kind of remained doing the same thing I do every day. Standing basically at my window, and it seems pretty dark out. Might be raining, but for the most part, it's been pretty chill. Nothing really eventful has been going on. But this video, because I've actually tried to make a lot of videos, believe it or not. I've been cooking in the kitchen, just kind of going back and forth about what kind of video I should make, and I think this is a good kind of like video because I want to talk about it because it's pretty cool in my opinion. Because a couple of days ago, I think I wanted to make like a more. I wrote down, because most of my videos are just monologue. It's just me, like kind of like just from the top of my head, just kind of speaking, And in this video, I had a topic that I really enjoyed. So I try to make like an actual script for it, and I still might do it because I really enjoyed it. But the thing is that I'm not that good in like at editing, But it is what it is. But this video is actually going to be about something kind of unrelated to me or the channel, but it's still pretty cool. It's a cool thought experiment, But it's weird because it's like, we can add external value to things that don't really have that value. Like a quarter to you is just a quarter, like it's almost like that one scene, and it's not related at all, but it's literally like pretty good, it's a pretty good metaphor, but it's more direct, I guess. But it's like that one scene from No Country for Old Men, where that guy, whatever his name's, Sugar or something, that one scary guy, he goes to like that one gas station place in Texas, and he goes to the guy, the old gentleman at the counter. He's like, well, what did he say? He was like, pick a number or something like that. Pick a number, call it. Pick a number, call it. And the guy's like, well, I need to know what I'm calling. And he's like, call it. You know exactly what is on the line. He's like, I don't know what's on the line. Just pick a number and call it. And the guy's like, I can't remember if it was to pick a number or something, but he, whatever, he guesses correctly, and then the scary guy, he's like, here you go, here's your quarter. Use your lucky quarter. And then the guy goes to put it in his pocket. He's like, no. Don't put the quarter with the other quarters. It will mix in together, and it'll lose its value because you'll forget which one is the quarter. That quarter, it means something to you. It's been traveling through the pockets of many people since it got minted, and now it's in your hands. It's been traveling, into now, now it's in your hands. Damn, it's getting pretty cloudy out. But it's kind of, it's kind of like that, I guess. But recently, and I've never had an interest in it. I never really cared about it. And, it's not really an interest, but it's more of just something I thought about that I thought was pretty cool. But I never really cared about, like, collecting coins. Even now, I don't think I would collect coins just because, like, most coins that you would find, they're, like, insanely common. Like printed in like the hundreds of millions, so they're not like anything special. But because I was thinking about it, because I know the Romans had coins, so I was like, oh, it would be so cool if one day I could buy like a real Roman coin, or maybe I could get one of like Augustus or Julius Caesar or Brutus or Mark Antony or Constantine or Tiberius or Diocletian or Antonius Pius or Marcus Aurelius, Agrippa, Marcus Agrippa, any of the Roman figures. I was like, maybe I could get one day and just buy it But I was like, if you think about it, we are currently living in an age, and maybe I'm just being very, just stupid, but like we are living in a very important age, without a doubt. The technology age, plus we are in the new millennium. We are 26 years into the new millennium. It's very important. People in 800 years, they will be looking at us, because we not only are we in the new millennium, but we are currently in the most recorded era ever. When you hear of stories from the 1700s, it's usually by books, maybe paintings if you're lucky, and possibly a photograph if they had it back then, Today, you have like mass surveillance and phones and cameras and every all that stuff in their pockets. So people today, the way that we look at people from the 1920s during the noir era in Hollywood, where everything was black and white and everybody was a detective, they're gonna be doing that to us, So it's kind of interesting to think about that, especially because we are so, whatever you want to call it, televised. We are in the mass archival era, where people in the year 2300, some middle school kid will have to write a paper on this generation or the new millennia, and they're going to have like an abundant amount of resources and information. It's super cool. But anyway, I found this coin. I don't know, I think I just found it. Like, it's not a rare coin at all. It was literally like, it was made like 30 years ago, like 20 some odd years ago. It's not a rare coin at all. It's a very common coin. It's a quarter, it's a basic quarter. Like, you probably have one in your pocket, it's not, or you probably have it between your sofa or something. So I was like, I was looking at the coin, and these loud cars. I was looking at the coin, and it's I'll show it to you. It's a George Washington. You see it? George Washington quarter, and I was doing a little bit of research on it, and it's a shout out to this state. It's from Pennsylvania. So it's a very regular quarter. It's a very basic quarter. You've probably seen countless of these quarters. It's not anything special. It isn't worth $5. It isn't worth 10. It isn't worth 1,000. It's pretty much worth what it's worth. It's 25 cents. It's not that rare. But I was thinking about it while I was holding it, and I was like, again, this isn't like a new thought, but I was like, somebody was holding this quarter when 9/11 happened. Somebody was holding this quarter when 9/11 happened. Some kid in 1999 was probably sick one day and didn't go to school, right? And his father was very lenient with him, and the sky was still blue, and the sunlight was golden orange because it was early in the morning. The birds were chirping, and the year was 1999. And this kid was sick, and his father was very kind to him that day and said, "Son, you're sick, don't worry about it. You go to your TV in the living room and, watch programming, whatever they watched back then. They watched Hey Arnold, or, the first season of SpongeBob, or, what was Johnny Danger, whatever that was, Danny Danger or some shit. The one dude that's like blonde and he's muscular and he looks like Elvis kind of. That kid went out and watched those shows or whatever. His sister was still young. His parents were still young. And the parents left and dropped off the sister or the brother or whatever. And the whole point is that the life within this individual was still strong, and that to that individual is probably like one of the most nostalgic days. Think about it. Imagine that person today, probably depressed or like just miserable, or has the age, they get older, your parents get older, people in your family die, you lose connection, which is ironically That's something that everybody complains about. Isn't that funny? Everybody, like, once you graduate high school or college or whatever, every single person's like, damn, I miss my friends from like middle school and high school and elementary school. Those same friends you're talking about, they say the same thing. It's just life gets in the way. So that kid in 1999 who got to experience Hey Arnold and, probably was playing on the PlayStation 1 or the N64, 1999, that's a year after Ocarina of Time came out. Conquers came out 2000, that's the year my brother got it. That's why I think it's pretty cool, because this is like, my brother would have had this coin. He was born in like the 80s and stuff. So that kid, as he's sick, and he gets a day off. Life is beautiful. Everything is amazing. He lives in some, suburban house or something. I don't know. And his dad turns on the TV. Boom. Malcolm in the Middle is playing. The birds are chirping. The dad goes, hey, son, your birthday's coming up, and I, hope you don't mind, but I want to enjoy it today. So if you feel better today, he pulls out this quarter and says, we're going to go to the mall together, and we're going to go to Blockbuster together, and we're going to eat some ice cream. And, because a fucking quarter back then in 1999 was like $80 or some shit. They could pump gasoline. It's like a gallon or everybody. So they were like, it's like, son, here, boom, pulls out the quarter, puts it in his son's hand and says, you get better, all right? There's $5 underneath the plate in the kitchen. While we're gone, you could order pizza, watch your little computer programming, your little TV. And by tonight, we're going to go get some ice cream at the mall. That was like that's a key. That's like that guy, person a day, is looking back on that being like, fuck, bro, take me back. This coin is like, in a way, it's the physical connection from that point to today. And here I am sitting holding it like a retard as that dude in 1999, however old he is now, fucking something, he's probably like, he just thinks about that time. He's like, damn, I remember when my dad was young. Now I'm older than him. I'm older than my dad was when he had me. Now like some of my friends from school, they passed away or they're gone, or, my wife left me, and my kids are the age or older than me, when that day happened. And some teenagers probably had this coin when they went to go watch the Blair Witch Project, or when they went to go, somebody had this coin when 9/11 happened. It was either in their pocket or in a jar or something. It was maybe under a rock. This coin was minted. It was already in existence. It was already around. Right. Somebody had this coin the day I was born. It was in somebody's pocket, probably some old person sitting in a dirty ass hot trailer with no air conditioning. It was probably in their jar, just in case they needed some more money for bills or something. Like, this coin has lived 5 more years than I have. And here I am holding it, and it means a lot. Well, not that much. I mean, if I lose it, I'm not going to cry, but it's crazy. Like, you could add so much value if you just sit down and think about this stuff to a coin. Like, right now, this coin is a lot more than 25 cents to me right now. But how cool is that? I mean, like, this quarter it's been in circulation 5 years, my senior, and it's coin. It's a Pennsylvania coin. I've never been in Pennsylvania. I've never been to Pennsylvania. How badass is that? It's a coin from 1999. I might just be more conscious about it. If I ever get a quarter and it's from like 1970, I'm gonna keep track of that. I'm gonna put it in my pocket or something. Isn't that cool though? This coin has been everywhere. It's not rare at all. And I just think about it. I mean, like, I think of that example of that kid. Probably some high school kids too. They got it like maybe in 2002. or like 2001 or something. And they're probably like these, you know, those little asshole kids, and they're like, "Hey Tanner, hey, what, Dylan? Do you want to go to the fucking mall later and go throw slushies at people because they're fucking gay and stupid?" "Sure, Tanner." "All right, Connor." And then they get slushies and start fucking with people, and this shit was in their pocket, bro. This shit was in their pocket. This pocket, this coin. It's now in my hand. It's in my palm. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. So, see you next time.